The audio equivalent of a Planck length is theorized to be possible. With the development of new production techniques, I believe we can go even smaller.
Doesn't make sense. We have to go smaller. This can't be. Impossible.
Like all good scientists, we stand upon the shoulders of giants. Or in this case, I don't know, maybe ants?
If this is true, this invalidates all previous research in this field. Everything we knew. Out of the window.
You know as well as I do, we both promised Skrillex this wouldn't get out.
It's gonna flip the entire scene on its head. So you're telling me, the smaller the drop, the harder it goes? Hello. Hey, thanks for being here. My name is Chime, and welcome to the release party for Phosphor and Micrology, which came out today on Disciple. I'm using this tiny mic to fit the aesthetic, the overall theme of smallness, and so it may suck very badly. So I do apologize for that, but you're just gonna have to deal with the smallness on this particular occasion. It's great to be back on Disciple after quite a while away, especially with these new tracks that focus on the micro drop idea that I've been really enjoying exploring recently. Now we'll get into the first track, and then sort of between that, I'll be talking at you with about some things. So yeah, let's get into the first track, which of course is Phosphor. There we go. That's our first tune, Phosphor. I hope you enjoyed it. This one was, of course, inspired by the game Slime Rancher, as people have already kind of noticed. It's a game where you collect a bunch of different slimes and make them shit out things that you can sell for money on the stock market. It's a really good game series. The second one has just gone up on like PlayStation and stuff as like early access, and I've been playing a bunch of that too. But yeah, I was playing the first one. I was doing like a second run through of the first game while I was writing Phosphor, and I was kind of searching around for titles that I felt fit the tune. And there are a category of slimes called phosphor slimes that only come out at night. I really like the PH in words. It's just like there's absolutely no need for this to be spelled this way. I also liked the idea of kind of sculpting the track around these like little flickers of light. That's really what the main sort of bass sound on the drops sounds like to me. It's that kind of ASMR sort of flicker, kind of what I was imagining are these like tiny little globules flickering, that a scientist was looking at, and I was able to recreate that with the artwork. And of course, people have noticed that I put an homage to the game in the artwork in the form of the little sort of micro blob thingies in the Petri dish. If you're a producer that's interested in how I made the track, I am planning on making a track breakdown for Phosphor for my Patreon. I also have a previous tutorial up on there which delves into ASMR sound design, a lot of the techniques of which I applied across Phosphor and Micrology. So if you're interested in that, you know where to go. But anyway, let's get into the second track from this A-B situation. This is Micrology.
Project Phosphor was a success. And pivotal in taking us closer. But there's more work to be done. With the development of new production techniques, I believe we can go even smaller. Our work
There you go. That was Micrology and an even smaller series of drops there than Phosphor. You might have actually heard the sort of AI scientist voice throughout the track mentioning their previous work on Project Phosphor. This is in reference to the actual order in which the tracks were created. I made Phosphor first, really like dug into the sort of micro drop idea for the second drop of it, and then I was just like, I feel like I can do more with this. So I started writing Micrology off the back of that. So yeah, I wanted to take what I learned from Phosphor and just see how much smaller I can go with dubstep, if we can even call it dubstep at this point. And I think the second drop on Micrology kind of just reaches the concept's logical conclusion, where it really is as minimal as it possibly can be. You've got like the tiniest little thump of a kick, you've got the little tiniest click of a snare beep thing, a sub that has hardly any harmonics, and a sine wave plug. It's just like the tiniest, most stripped back elements you could have that would still count as a drop, and that's kind of what I was going for, to the point where it sounds like the human music from Rick and Morty.
Now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.
So yeah, I really hope you've been enjoying this style. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone, and don't worry, I have plenty of more like regular Chime tunes to come. But also, if you are a fan of this style, I do plan on making more. I can only recommend Intermolecular Lullaby from my album that I released last year, which really was like the very first full attempt at this style. But yeah, I'll be making more. I've got lots of different ideas for how I can try out different things within this concept, so stick around for that. If you're looking for more tunes in this style that focus on the sort of implosions rather than explosions for the drops, I have made a Spotify playlist that you can check out from the description. I've made sure to put Phosphor and Micrology in there, a bunch of really great music from artists I've been inspired by for these tracks, including, where are they? Including these fellas, Camo and Crooked, Eliminate My Sweet, Kiro, and of course Bop, who is the creator of microfunk, kind of subgenre of liquid drum and bass that includes sort of like IDM elements, ambient music. I've kind of showcased this stuff before, but if you haven't checked out Bop, definitely do. Lots more fun stuff on that Spotify playlist, and I'll keep adding stuff as it comes out and as I release my own tracks as well. Also on the way, I am planning to record a micro mix, or the world's tiniest mix, and I'm going to be putting that up on the YouTube channel hopefully in the next week, where I attempt to mix a bunch of micro tunes on this, which is not a DJ controller in any way. It's something from China that I have mapped to be used as a DJ controller with the least amount of controls possible. That's going to be fun. It might be a little jank, but I've been practicing with it, and I think I can pull off like semi-decent mixes on it. So that will be coming sort of in the next week, hopefully. All right, that about wraps up the show. Of course, make sure to stream Phosphor and Micrology for the love of God, and add them to your playlists and all that good stuff. I hope you've enjoyed our foray into the tiny and the small and the minuscule. Hopefully, I will see you at the premiere for the micro mix at some point. Okay, happy small. Bye.